Hello guys and welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be a bit different. Normally we do some PvP in Arena, but today is going to be a bit of a different video. One of my subscribers on a comment asked me to do a series or a video about some off-meta units that could be really good. Um, so that's what I'm going to do. If you guys don't know, I normally prefer to use only off-meta units, and the meta units that I use them before they went meta, but they got buffed and I couldn't really do much about that. So the first unit we're going to be speaking of, it's going to be, drumroll, Roaming Warrior Leo. Alright, bomb mechanics in the game are still not very, how can I say this? They're still not very polished, yeah? Because there's still no character that can detonate said bombs. But normally bomb mechanics in games like these are very, very strong. So I thought of ways that you could probably use this character effectively and use the proper way to use the bombs, you know? All right, the way I thought that you could use ML Leo. First of all, let's see stats. He has like 1088 attack, which is pretty good, especially because the bomb skill on attack. The bomb skill on attack, and the good part of the bomb scaling on attack is that he doesn't need crit damage, he doesn't need crit chance. I mean, if you can get it, I mean, it does help a bit, but the point of this guy is putting bombs up. His chance is only 90%, which is not 100%, of course. This is one of the big downsides, but 90% is a good chance, okay? So, you can either run on the right side 2 attack percent gear and then 1 effectiveness to make sure, or you run 3, in the end, optimally, you will do 3 attack percents with effectiveness substats in every single piece of gear, and that would be the way you build him, full attack, right? And now, what team would you use him on, and in what way would he be actually useful? Right. The first thing is he skills off attack and he needs to put bombs, but how does that mechanic become strong in a fight if you give him a lot of turns? I doubt 1 bomb on everyone will kill people, but maybe 2 bombs. And because if you read the bomb, when people take their turn, they get stunned because the bomb stops people's turn. It blows up and it stuns the person. So it's some sort of control, which allows you to use this character. It's still pretty weak versus counters because people can still counter because technically they're not stunned. But it's just a damage mechanic that allows you to control the match for quite a bit. And the team that you would use him on would be Oxlots, Lots, and Issaria. How would this team work with this character? You would put Aila's Violin, the limited artifact. I know a lot of you don't have it, but this is the only way this character would work. Yeah, you put Aila's Violin on Oxlots, on auxiliary lots. You build them fast, and all you got to do is go with them and burn with the guy. Yeah. If you burn with them, it's gonna remove buffs, and he's gonna get an extra turn to give to Leo. You give the turn to Leo and the attack buff, which also makes the bomb scale with more damage. You put the bombs with the Leo, yeah, and then right after Leo comes this area. Right after Oxlots, you build a fast area that resets the Leo and puts a defense break on someone you want or something. Or you might maybe you remove the immunity you couldn't strip before, and then you reset the Leo, and then the second Oxlots comes around, gives the turn back to Leo, and Leo S3s again to put more bombs. Okay, this is the kind of the only way I would see him work, right? Because or you can just YOLO with another mage like Passar. Maybe you can YOLO the maybe you can YOLO without having anyone to strip or anything. But this is kind of the way that I would make him work. To have him 2 turns so he can stack 2 bombs. And then from there you just attack random units, and as they get their turn they should be dying and losing their turn because it stuns. So I don't know. I think that would be the optimal way. Let me see. At the end of the turn of the debuff duration, the target receives damage proportional to the caster's attack and becomes unable to move for 1 turn. There you go. Debuff duration cannot be extended or decreased, but it can be stacked if you reset. There might be some units coming out that might make this work better, but for now, this is the setup that I would use for this character. I just realized that if you can't really use Aila Violin on Oxlots and have Tagahals on the team because he's the only mage, which could be a big issue. But you can still use it without and hope people don't have immunity, or you can risk it and make a looping team because he is a ranger, right? He can use some CR artifacts, so he can probably Basar push and then do some other stuff maybe. I'll think of another team, but for now this is the team that I thought for him that could probably work. And if I get roaming warrior Leo, which is, if you haven't noticed, he's the only one that I don't have, I would play him like this. The other unit we're going to be talking about today, because we're going to only mention 2 units, I don't want to make this video too long. The other unit is this one, Batisse. I love Batisse because I recently got Batisse, and I actually found, or I thought of, a really, really, really good and probably very good and effective team for him. The team for Batisse will be, first of all, let's talk about Batisse. Batisse, what makes him special is the fact that if he attacks someone with a tech down, he attacks all enemies. And this is good because I would build this guy full damage, all right? I would build him full damage, nothing else. And the team I would run him in would be Basar, Moonlight Zeratu, and Rose. Normal Rose, Water Rose, okay? What would I do to make this team work? I would go Basar, you could burn for the strip, of course. Basar burn, and then, because Zeratu is also a mage, take 2 Tagahals and Basar and Zeratu, and burn with Zeratu as well. You might ask, what does Zeratu's ability do? It ignores effect resistance for decreased defense and decreased attack. And as I mentioned, if you go to Batisse, Batisse will rock smash if the enemy has decreased attack. So the way this would work is you would build him full DPS, yeah, and you would go Basar strip, defense break and attack down with a Zeratu burn, and then Rose for the attack buff, and then this guy full damage would touch one of those people with defense break and attack down, and it would proc rock smash with which would attack all enemies. And maybe on this guy, to make sure everyone dies, you could take the limited artifact with the Soul's limited artifact, which is this one. It grants a chance to burn when you use a basic skill. S1 counts as a basic skill, and it would burn. And because you would build in full DPS, the burns would hurt a lot more. And defense break actually makes the burns hurt more as well. So if you fail to kill everyone, the burn that procs can kill the rest of the people that you want to kill. If that doesn't work, you still have a Moonlight Zeratu that you can build full speed, full damage. Yeah, you'd have to build a fast Zeratu. But you don't need effectiveness on him because you're gonna burn. So you probably just build speed and damage, so he's not useless, or just make him really tanky just to be annoying. But that's the team I would use Batisse in. For today, we're only gonna showcase these 2 units. But I was looking through the units. I didn't see a lot of off-meta units. But in the comments down below, ask me how would I use X unit. Just ask me like, hey, how would you use, I don't know, normal Mercedes? And I will make a video on the next one addressing more units. But for now, 2 units. This is how I would use 2 units that I'm saying. One day I probably can do it, but I don't have the resources to build all these units. So I'll just do some theory crafted for you guys if you guys are interested. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, and remember, if you subscribe, you're making me famous. I want to be famous. And if you're subscribed, you become a subscriber. If you want to be my subscriber, subscribe now. Subscribe. See you guys later. Bye-bye.